Hi guys, this is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today, I'm talking about the latest in the Battle Pass for Escape from Tarkov Arena and also the new event for Escape from Tarkov. So, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. Alright, so starting off, the new Halloween event is now live. All the traders kind of look like they're vampires, and except for Ref, who I'm sure that's a reference to like Saw or something, I don't know, but realistically that's the only thing that's major different. Besides, when you go into raids, you can find pumpkins, and inside those pumpkins there can be loot. I actually might have one that I can show you. I know I already opened them. All right, disregard. And by the way, so the assumption is Nikita talked about in Tokyo about enjoying the zombie event, and he wanted to bring it back before 1.0. So everyone's assuming, or the current assumption is that there'll be a zombie event for Halloween or something similar. So if you don't know what it was like, pretty much every map you went to, there was waves of zombies just constantly charging you. Some of them had pistols and would head eyes you. It was kind of frustrating. But overall, it was actually a fairly fun event. You had to use leg meta ammo pretty much to be able to kill them because their health was so high, and it worked out quite well. Using leg meta ammo, and they couldn't really climb on stuff, so you could jump on top of cars in, say, streets and not get killed. Also, along with the Halloween event, cultists are spawning a lot more. So, for example, on Night Factory, they're at 30%. Customs nighttime, it is 50%. So, generally speaking, you're looking around, I think it was around midnight till about 6 a.m. they'll be around. Woods is 25%, Shoreline 50%, and Ground Zero level 21 plus. There is only one level range for Ground Zero, so I'm assuming they're all. But you know, Customs, it's in Big Red. Not Big Red, the fort in the middle, Stronghold. For Woods, this is a sunken village or behind the lumber mill, kind of like the Silencer Shack. And then Ground Zero, they are generally in the ramp that goes down the opposite end from Nakatani towards Emicon. That's generally where I see them, but I would argue they could be anywhere from inside the garages and all that. So I've seen them pretty much everywhere. For Factory, they're underneath. They're in the underground. Anyway, so moving on from there. The patch note said to link your Discord to in the profile.tarkov.com/profile/accounts, and you go to linked accounts and you can link your Discord. If you do, you get an in-game message and you get a toolbox. The only items that go in a toolbox are literally tools. So you can put like a hand drill in there, but you can't put like fuel conditioner in there. Like, you'll be able to put this like pipe grip wrench in there and a screwdriver. Master files, cat won't go in there, Cordura won't. You get the gist, right? Unless it's an actual tool, it will not go in there. So a little bit extra space, I guess. A 2x2 that gives you, what's that, like 64? 36. Not even that much. 36 squares. And I'm assuming it carries over to 1.0 in that, but any space or extra space is cool. And you also get an armband. It was a Discord armband. There you go. Discord armband. So that's pretty much all the stuff for the actual main game for Escape from Tarkov. They did make some changes to grenades and stuff, but the main thing we're going to talk about is all the new stuff coming from Ref and in the new Arena Battle Pass stuff. So I'm going to jump across to the Arena game right now, and then we'll go over some of the exciting stuff over there, like these fancy new mustaches, the wrestling legend and the hussar. All right, so now let's talk about this Battle Pass. There's a fair bit of conversation going around about it at the moment, and I'll go over what there is, and then we'll go from there. So, and I'll give my thoughts at the end. So, Battle Pass is broken up into like 3 things. The first one being the 100 levels to grind. So, you start off at level 1, and then every time you do a daily, you get 1,500 experience points. So, if you do 3 dailies a day, you'll get 4,500, and that will give you just over 2 levels a day. Then on top of that, you could do a weekly that gives you 5,000 experience points, which is 2.5 levels. And then you just keep grinding through, and eventually after, say, probably about 5 weeks, maybe a little bit more, you will have level 100, and you'll be able to unlock all the items. Now, all these are free. You don't need to like pay for the Battle Pass to get that, and you can buy for $5 US or €5, you can buy 10 levels. Now, I did that twice because I wanted to check out a couple of the items. So, There are these new crates. There's no longer the like valuable crates from the battle pass. You can still get them in quest. Like I still have them in here. So I got the supplies rare and the valuables rare for my weekly. So you can still get them from quest, but the battle pass will not give you them. Now, as for the items, these ones are the new ref drop crate, and we'll go over that in a minute, and you'll level them up as you go. And then probably the first major item that people are talking about are these in-ear, effectively Comtax Peltors. So they're IEMs or inner-ear monitors. And the big controversial thing about this, I guess, is you can wear them with any helmet. So from Alton's killer helmets, no matter what size and shape of the helmet, you can put these in, and they're effectively another noise enhancer or audio enhancer. So if you don't own Arena, you will not be able to buy these, because to get them in the main game, you need to have access to ref. They currently cost about 11 GP coins to buy, and from ref level 3. So hopefully you'll be able to buy these on the flea market. So, you know, that can go up for trade on the flea market. They aren't purchasable on the flea market at the moment, but I did message Nikita and asking if we could put them up there so other people can try them out at least. I got no idea what the plans are with the flea market in 1.0, if it's going to be found in raid only, but at least you can, you know, hopefully try them out now. As for that, pretty much the rest of all these things are just obtainable. Most of them are exactly the same as any other item within the main game, like their level 2 armor class. There are some variants when it comes to helmets. I will touch on that in a minute, but this is the other item that's at level 100. So you need Arena to get it. It's effectively an M4 with slightly better ergonomics and slightly less recoil. So it is the meta 5.56, I believe. I think 800 RPM is the M4 firing rate, whereas the HK is 850. But outside of that, this would be equivalent to, if not better than, the M4. So some people are discussing about that. I'm just going to point the facts out and I'll discuss it all at the end. So yeah, if you do grind through, I think it would take about 35 to 40 days of doing all your dailies, and you will have access to all of this. Hot tip, if you are going to go and grind through the battle pass, don't claim all the GP coins and also the Lega medals. Do not claim them. Wait for 1.0 to come out and then claim them, and then you'll have access to them once 1.0 happens. At least, unless something changes, that's how it should work. So you should be able to go 1.0, go through your battle pass, claim all your GP coins and Lega medals. Then when you get access to ref, you'll be able to start buying stuff straight away from ref, because you'll be cashed up on GP coins and Lega medals. Now, majority of the other items from the actual free battle pass is effectively nothing new, just different cosmetics. There are 2 new sites. There's the Folk Alley Reflex site, and then there's one other. Both got very low profiles. I think the site reticle is similar to like the old PKO 6, which is quite nice. So it could become that. This is the one here. So it's I did have the red dot just up there very briefly. So it could become like one of the more meta sites, but realistically, it's just another site at the end of the day. It's not going to win you all the fights, but it might be just a nice picture for you. Next up, the tactical map. Now, this is an item you need, or a thing you need to buy. It costs about 15 euro or USD, depending on what version of the arena you have. And it's kind of like the COD Battle Pass, where you kind of choose your own adventure. And then as you clear through each of these things, you have to do certain objectives via tokens. So for example, to pass the first one, you need to have an SMG token, and you get an SMG token by getting 12 kills in last hero or checkpoint, or 4 kills in blast gang or teamfight. Now, I did all mine on last hero and checkpoint, and some of these ones are really easy to get, other ones are a bit more frustrating. For example, shotguns, you only need 9 kills. Now, if you're good with the shotgun or your leg metering, you can get these quite quickly. A bolty is 9, whereas like your machine guns and your submachine gun, M4, all that stuff is 12 kills. Knives are only 2. Now I had a couple of people try and get in my game. There was about 3 of us, and by the end of the game, we got everyone practically meleeing it out. And I think I ended up with about 20 kills. It was 18 kills with the knife, and so I ended up having about 9 of these melee tokens in one game. Moving on. Now, the grenade one, for example, you have to get 2 grenade kills. Very difficult to get. And there is a way of getting around that. So you can do the token exchange. And for example, I could transfer 4 of my knife and a pistol. And then, you know, I want a team fight token and I can do 5 for 1. Now, I'm never going to get those 2 grenade kills. It will be pipe dream because I'm not going to play blast gang or team fight. And there's nearly no grenades. Or there's 1 grenade spawn in last hero per game. And I don't even know if there is grenade spawns on checkpoint. So I just paid for the traded 5 tokens for 1 and got the grenade token to get through one of these. Now, they all start off pretty easy. So, you know, you just need 1 assault rifle. But it doesn't show you what is up after the one you're up to. So, for example, I'm on this one. It's not going to show me what I need for the next one. So I assume everyone has the exact same because I was running into very similar people going for the same things as I was progressing through. Like, I think that's why we were able to get so many people doing the knife kills, because it was kind of like other people were up to the knife token as well. So you might want to just like, I don't know, maybe I'll very quickly as I'm talking, I'll just show you some of the early ones. So SMG, AR, there's the assault carbine, another one of the marksman rifle, machine gun, knife, and submachine gun. That will get you through the first one. Now, for each of these spots, you unlock a different thing. So, you know, there's a shirt there, you know, the mustache, a rig, and then over towards the right, I think it's around here somewhere. This is where people are talking about, oh, there's a Nikita voice. So you get the Nikita as a commentator in your game. And then there is people talking about something like this. So this is a class 5 mandible that it covers the throat, ears, face, and jaw. But I do believe that in the main game, this is only a class 3. I could be wrong with that, but I was hearing people talk about it being a class 3 in the main game. I haven't unlocked everything obviously yet, but I will test out that more later on. And this is where you do actually have to pay to get access to these items. So it's 15 USD if you want to complete this. Now, if you wanted to go and buy your way through the entire of this battle pass, the 100 things, it would cost you about $50 US or 50 euro, and that would get you all the way to the end. I would say hold out on doing that. If you are going to do it, maybe just do 1 or 2, and then buy the customs tactical map. And then as you're doing the customs tactical map, if you do dailies as you go, you'll unlock the battle pass items as you're doing that. I've already got 7 levels just naturally playing in about 4 hours or 3 hours time. But by the time you get, you know, like through that tactical map, you might already be like level 20 or 30. I'm not saying you should spend $50 and buy the whole way through, but if you aren't going to play much arena and you want access to all these cool looking skins, there you go. You can do that. And I think they do actually look pretty cool. Out of all the skins in games, I think they actually look relatively cool. Now, last, we did talk about this ref drop. I don't have one to spin here, but I have done it about 7 times. I've gambered. Ready? Set. Gamba. No more comments. No more comments. Oh! Motherfucker. And let me run it down. There is effectively maybe a half a dozen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is 10 common items. 1 rare, 1 super rare, 1 epic, and 1 legendary. These are the chances of them being drawn up on the spin, and it goes up every single time. It started off around 1% chance to get any of them, and I think what's this about 6, 7, 8, 8.8% chance. So every time I do a spin and I don't get one of these things, it's going up by about 1% overall. I did work out the math when it was at the very original, and I said, oh, this would take about 350, no, sorry, it was about 600 days of dailies to be able to spin it up to get everything. But obviously, that was before I knew that they started going up. I haven't done the math, but I honestly think within 100 spins, you will have every item quite comfortably. And if you don't, once you tick something off, like this, I've already got these 3 here, you can't spin them anymore. So then the chances of this other stuff goes up even more. So it's not like... It is a gambit function, but effectively, it's if you play a lot of arena, it just gets you some extra stuff. There's like a Hello Kitty looking skin here that goes on the gun. And then there is whatever you call this, the Miami brushstroke. So yeah, skins are something that doesn't really faze me. But yep, it's there if you want it. Now, the way it works, you can purchase this stuff using the this website. So you can buy Battle Pass levels. That's the $5 will give you 10 Battle Pass levels and 30 battle points. If you reach the maximum level, you'll receive 2 battle points per missing level, up to 20 battle points. So you can effectively buy 50 battle points, and to go and get the ref drop, it takes 40. So you could pay $5 per spin, but you'd literally be paying $5 a spin just to get these couple of skins that if you were playing the game normally through Arena, you would get after about 100 spins, I think. I haven't done the full math on it, but it sounds fairly high chance that you would have it within 100. All right, so now that I've explained everything, it's a fair bit of talking and I've explained it all. Here are my thoughts. Battle Pass being 100 levels and free, I actually really like it. I think it's really cool that they've kept it effectively free for 100-ish cosmetics within the game. There's obviously the GP coins and that will transfer over, and the Lega medals that will transfer over to the main game. Save that for the wipe and 1.0. Give yourself a little bit of an advantage there. Cosmetics, I think is cool. When it comes to actual items being locked behind the arena for the main game, I feel a little bit yucky about that. I'm not really phased either way. I'm like, oh my God, you have to buy Arena to get access to this M4. I honestly think if it's the meta, the Giga chance that sweat this shit out, you'll kill enough of them to have a collection of them anyway. And it'll just be like, hey, cool, there's that new M4 that's the meta now. And you'll see enough of them to get them. So I'm not overly phased about that. I do think it's probably out of all the items, the earpieces are a little bit, these ones here are, I wish they were more accessible for everyone, but being at level 20 and only 11 GP coins, if they're as common and as popular as I think they're going to be, if you can get them on flea market, you'll just buy them off flea market. And if not, I think you'll end up getting enough of them just by killing people that you'll keep a bit of a flow of holding onto them. If you're actually half decent at the game, if you're new and cruddy at the game, even if you have the battle pass and you unlock them and you start buying them, I don't think it's going to win you that many fights over if you just had normal contacts on GSSHs with a normal helmet. I just don't think it's going to win you that many more fights, at least against players, maybe a little bit more against AI. The custom tactical map, they do need to monetize this somewhere, and I think this is a good way of actually, getting people into willing to pay for it. It's a little bit different take on a battle pass system. It's fun. It's kind of cool. It's forcing people to play the game slightly different, but not in a way that they have to play it that way, which is why I like the idea that you can just say, hey, I'm never going to get the grenade kills. I could do the token exchange to get the grenade tokens, and I never have to worry about trying to force my way to doing that. There's nothing more painful than Test Drive Part 3 or whatever, and you have to use an AK-12 on Lighthouse, and there's no other way around it. Whereas this has ways around it. So I actually like how they've done that. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I've got on this one. They do need to make money. They do want to make money. So I actually like that way. Having items that are only so cosmetics is fine. I think this is where the gray area of people complaining and is valid is with the mandible kind of stuff where they have an advantage over people that can't get that kind of item without paying for that within Arena. And then the ref drop, this is just a gimmick, realistically. It's a gimmick at best. And I think this is largely targeted to people that play Arena primarily as their main thing. And they end up having 500 of these tokens at the end of the battle pass. And they can be gambling them as they go to try and get these last few skins that they want. This isn't obviously going to be something that everyone gets, even if they want to buy through it, they can. But if you're just playing Arena, just doing your dailies each day, and then going back to the main game, you'll probably get a fairly high chance that you'll get all these items. But if you don't do it very often, there's a very good chance that you won't get these items. So, to summarize, overall, I know that people are losing their bananas over the earplugs and all that. I don't really care. I'll kill people that have them and I'll use it. So don't even need to pay for them. And if you have Arena, you can already get them anyway. After just probably about 5 to 8 days of playing it. On top of that, people were screaming at BSG to monetize cosmetics, and so they are doing that. So the cosmetic side of things, I think are all cool. I think that most of the skins I see feel or look like something that people would wear in real life when it comes to like the shirts and stuff. Or maybe if you're like doing airsoft, you know, like spray painting your helmet like a tactical color, I think is like kind of fair. You know, like these masks are a gimmicky, but like maybe in airsoft they wear this shit. I got no idea, but like no one would ever really go into combat wearing, unless you're a samurai, I guess, you know, like this kind of shit. But you know, if they're in the game, might as well make them look cool, hey? But they're not like bright pink colors and stuff like that. I think that's where people would lose their mind. I love the idea that they're doing this kind of stuff though. This is cool. So that's all I've got. That's it. I know I rambled a little bit, but I kind of wanted to give my honest opinion and go through all the things for everyone and down into the right details. So like and comment for the YouTube algorithm, notification bell to keep up to date for the latest Tarkov content. We are about 23 days away from 1.0. I'm going to try and keep you up to date for the latest content and stuff going on with Tarkov. Go down the link below and submit clips for the Tarkies. That's going to be coming up in the few days before 1.0. I'm going to be hosting a massive event, and there's going to be a lot of information coming out soon about that. And lastly, guys, I'll see you next time.